Hey everyone, the bird here with your spirit communication. I thought today I'd take a moment to tell you a little bit more about myself and how I communicate with spirit. Well, I was born this way, let me say. Since I can remember, I have memories of before I was even 3 years old. I was able to see spirits, and back then it was like the monster under the bed or the monster in the closet. It used to scare the daylights out of me. I would go to bed and cover up my head until I fell asleep. I remember waking up when I'd stay with my grandmother, staring at her closet, and I tell myself every night, I'm not going to look at that closet. I'm not going to look. But I would find myself eyes wide open in the middle of the night, every night, staring at that stupid closet. And out would come a line of men and women, all dressed in white, and they would circle the bed. There were other parts of her house. She lived in a really old house on the side of this big hill that was a battle scene at one point back in the day. And her house was actually the gun shack. And of course, it got built onto later on. But so there were spirits everywhere. And her house was surrounded by woods. So it was a super creepy place. I could feel spirits on the outside once it got dark, just peering into the windows. I would close all the curtains. My grandmother would get on to me all the time, but I couldn't stand it. It scared me to death. In the back of her kitchen, I could feel something with real evil intent that would stare at me. And as soon as I would feel its presence, I would jump up and lock the kitchen door. My grandmother was always getting on to me. Why are you locking that door? Well, Grandma, there's something back there. No, there's nothing back there. Yes, there was. I was always scared. But eventually, I kind of got used to it because there were spirits everywhere. It just became a normal thing for me. And I learned how to communicate. I learned how to listen, I should say. So, a friend asked me a long time ago, how is it that you can see things and hear things that others can't? We all have the ability. I see my mind as a hallway full of doors, endless hallway, and tons of doors. Some of those doors are open, some of them are closed, some of them are locked tight. Some of them, you don't even know they're there. You don't even see them. You don't know they exist. Well, I explained to her that all of my doors were wide open. Now, if you want to open your doors, let me warn you. This is something for me that is 24/7, every single day. It's not like I constantly have these voices or these things, but at any point they can come to me. I have never been able to sleep. I sleep some, little bits and pieces here and there, but I don't sleep well because my brain doesn't feel like it ever shuts off. And what little sleep I do get, it's usually in dream form. So I wake up quite often feeling very exhausted. But at this point in my life, I've learned how to, I guess I could say, because it doesn't turn off, I use those mom ears. It filters out. And when I'm not ready and I don't want to hear something, then I just ignore it and just go on about my day. But when I'm ready to ask questions and listen, then there's not really a physical routine that I go through, but more of a mental and emotional routine that I go within. And I say to Spirit, okay, I'm ready. What do you have for me? How can we help ourselves and others today? And then I deliver the message. Now, my videos are all very organic, let me tell you. I may start off with a little bit of a thought about the subject I'll be talking about. Sometimes, most of the time, I should say, that subject stays the same. Sometimes I will start my video out with a thought and then Spirit changes it completely. I never know. It's not rehearsed. I don't write anything down. So if you ask me next week what I said or something about what I said um, the week before, I probably won't even remember it. I have to go and watch my own video. When I'm channeling through Spirit, This Spirit speaking, and not necessarily, it's not coming from me, it's coming from somewhere else. This is how I do it. I don't use cards, I don't use tools. Not saying that those things aren't great to use, I just don't use them. Those things confuse me more than help me. So for me, I just listen, because this is something I've always been able to do. That's how I deliver your messages every day. So understand that some days, if they're confusing or if they go off track, it's just part of it. It's part of the message, it's part of the process. And it always is, whatever it is, when I stop the video. Have a great day, everyone, and I hope this helped give you a little bit of understanding of my world. Have a great day, and remember, Spirit loves you. Stay tuned, because I'll be delivering the message of today.